Getting shredded is one of the biggest goals for a lot of us guys who train in the gym. We see a lot of fitness influencers on social media maintain their shredded physique all year round. And naturally as humans, we'll tend to have that same goal for ourselves, but we'll do that without noticing the downside of it. So today I'm going to break down why being shredded can lead to a life of unhappiness. Now, there's two ways being shredded can affect your life. That's physically and mentally. So I'm going to start with the physical implications of being shredded. And number one is the lack of energy. Now, for the human body to survive throughout the day, we need some sort of carbs or fats that our body uses as energy. And because of the lack of calories, we could be very deficient in carbs and fats that we can normally use as our storage of energy throughout the day. So it's going to affect our training sessions and our ability to just complete everyday tasks that we do on a normal basis. So yes, it will reduce the amount of energy that you have, and you're going to be very hungry throughout the day. So being shredded will have an implication on, again, your hunger levels and your energy levels. So my advice would be to gradually lower the amount of calories. So don't start from 3,000 calories and go all the way down to 2,000. You want to go down gradually. You know, reduce the calories by, let's say, 100 calories per day, and just gradually go down like that. So that way you're not going to just deplete your body of the energy that it needs to survive. So going down gradually in your calories will help to almost mitigate that kind of problem. Next is you won't be able to build any muscle. Now again, due to the lack of calories, our bodies won't have the surplus of energy to build muscle on top of. And that will again risk in strength loss and muscle size. Now let's move on to the mental and emotional implications of being shredded. Now when we're down to a certain level of body fat, let's say 5%, our hormones are going to go out of whack and it's going to lower our testosterone. So that means it's going to affect our mood. You're going to have a lot more mood swings that you normally would. So you're going to be very grumpy around people and just throughout the day in general. Now next is going to take a lot of time. Going down to 5-6% body fat is a long process. And during that process, you can lose a lot of motivation to train and even to stick to your diet, because again, it's going to take many months to get there. So being shredded will take a lot of time, so be prepared for that journey if you're really on that. Now the next implication hasn't really been spoken about too much in the fitness industry when it comes to being shredded, and that is the low sex drive. Yes, coming down to again 5% body fat is going to affect our testosterone levels. It's going to drop completely. So that's going to affect our sex drive, and us as men need a high sex drive to perform, you know, in bed with your women, or just to move, just to, you know, feel like a man in our everyday life. And yes, being shredded is going to affect your sex drive in a negative way. And last but not least, it will affect our body image. Now there's two ways it will affect our body image. Number one, we're going to look a lot smaller in our normal everyday clothes. Now once you're shredded, yes, your muscles will look bigger because you've got less body fat covering the actual muscles. So you're going to see the striations. You're going to see all the muscle fibers of, you know, each muscle that's in your body. So yes, you're going to look bigger outside of clothes. You know, if you're walking on the beach or on holiday, yeah, you're going to look a lot bigger compared to, you know, if you were bulking. But once you put on clothes again, you're going to look a lot smaller. And that's going to play a lot of mental tricks on your mind, because now you're thinking, I got shredded to look bigger, but I'm not actually bigger, which is true because you've lost weight, you've lost size over time. So that's one way it's going to play in your mind in terms of your body image and how you're going to see yourself. And number two, we're never going to be satisfied with the way that we look. Number one reason is because we're always comparing ourselves to other people on social media. We see them at 5% body fat and we still think that, okay, I need to get even leaner, even more shredded to look like someone else, which is going to be almost impossible for most of you. And number two is basically, once you are at a lean enough state, certain parts of your body will look more shredded than the other parts of your body. So you're going to be a lot more self-conscious about how your body looks and how shredded it actually is in comparison to, you know, other people again and other body parts. So for example, your back might be carrying a little bit more fat compared to your abs. So your abs in your obliques might be very shredded, and it just makes you look good from the front, but from the back you don't really look too good. You know, your back is still carrying a little bit more fat, and it makes you a lot more self-conscious. So with all these issues, it's going to lead to, you know, mental health issues such as depression. You know what I mean? A lot of bodybuilders out there suffer from depression because they have to keep up with their diets. They have to continuously be in this long journey to get shredded. their mood swings, testosterone is low. All these issues can lead to a depressive state of mind, and that's what we want to avoid with being in this fitness industry right now.
How can anyone love or enjoy what is here? It boggles my mind, because I myself don't like what I'm seeing, because I've just critiqued it so much. I've taken a visual red marker and analyzed every single part. It's more than neurotic. It's a detriment to my mental state, and so how can anyone else like this if I don't like it?
So what's the take-home message? Well, the take-home message is, for most people out there, you don't need to be shredded. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you're competing on stage, or you're some sort of a fitness model and you're doing photo shoots and events, there's no real need to be shredded in any point of your life or for the long term. So what I suggest is for most guys out there to stay between 10 to 15% body fat. At least that way you will still look good, even though you won't be as shredded, but you'll still be lean, you'll still be healthy, and you'll still be strong. And that's what we want for ourselves in this fitness journey, you know, to be healthy, to be strong, and to look good. So thanks guys for watching. Make sure you support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.